Listen to me carefully. What if I told you there are people talking about your name in rooms you haven't even entered yet? That's the hidden magic of 1111. Behind the scenes, the universe is reweaving your story. People are being drawn to your energy. You might notice unexpected texts, callbacks, collaborations, or chance encounters, none of which are truly random. This is your divine network being activated. If you're working a 9-to-5, dreaming of something more, know this: you're not hustling in vain. The right eyes, the right clients, the right mentors, they're already orbiting your field. You don't need to chase. You need to align. And soon, divine connections will land so effortlessly, it will feel like destiny knocking at your front door. Because it is. Type 1111 in the comments to connect with the messages. Take a deep breath. It's a wake-up call, a whisper from the universe saying, you are ready. Ready for something bigger, brighter, and completely aligned with who you're becoming. This is angel number 1111, and it's not just a number. It's a portal, a gateway, and you've just stepped into it. You may think you're late. You may believe you've missed your moment. But the divine whispers, you are right on time. This blessing comes softly, but powerfully. It reminds you that life is not a race, it's a rhythm. While you were busy blaming yourself for not moving faster, God was planting seeds in the dark, seeds of wisdom, strength, and silent preparation. Now, those roots are strong. Now, the harvest is near. Doors you thought were closed forever are about to open without you knocking, not because of hustle, but because heaven said, now. This is your season, and divine timing never arrives empty-handed. Angel number 1111 is a divine activation code, an invitation to step into your higher timeline. It appears when your soul is waking up, when your old life no longer fits the version of you that's emerging. This number is a spiritual nudge from the universe, saying, you're not lost. You're just shifting. You're being rerouted toward your destiny. For those of you navigating your 20s or early 30s, juggling career confusion, healing from relationships, building something out of nothing, 1111, your reminder that you're not behind. You're exactly on time. The door of alignment is opening. You are entering a season where everything that was once delayed will now begin to align. Opportunities will unfold that match the frequency of the real you. Not the version trying to fit in, but the version finally breaking free. This is your sign that your gifts are needed, and doors you once thought were closed forever will now swing open effortlessly. You survived things you never talk about. The anxiety, the panic, the heartbreak, the rejection that almost broke you, but didn't. That wasn't luck. That was protection. While you mourned over what left, the divine was busy clearing your path. People were removed. Opportunities were blocked. Plans were delayed. Not because you weren't enough, but because you were too chosen for what you were settling for. You didn't lose. It was heaven's redirection. You were protected from the heartbreaks you prayed for, not knowing they were disguised as blessings. This is your confirmation. What didn't happen for you was grace. Angel number 1111 doesn't just sprinkle blessings like fairy dust. It confronts you. It asks, who are you when no one's watching? This blessing is spiritual depth. You'll start seeing the patterns you've been running from. Overthinking, people-pleasing, imposter syndrome. And instead of spiraling into shame, You'll see them for what they are, unprocessed echoes of your past. You will be asked to sit with yourself, not as punishment, but as the doorway to your power. 1111 offers you the blessing of self-liberation, the kind where your triggers become teachers, where silence becomes strength, where forgiveness doesn't excuse others, but sets you free. You've been walking through life with blurry vision, doing everything right, yet feeling off-center, misaligned, disconnected. Angel number 1111 shows up when you're about to shift from wandering to awakening. It's like the divine finally turning the lights on inside your soul. Suddenly, the confusion that once fogged your path begins to lift. You realize your wrong turns weren't wrong at all. They were redirections. Every delayed goal, every rejection letter, every almost moment, it all carried data. And now, your inner GPS is updated, clear, activated, loud. You've worn many masks: daughter, friend, employee, the strong one, the silent one. But under all of that, there is you, and heaven is calling you to meet her. This blessing is uncomfortable because it peels away everything that's not true. It makes you question old labels. It ends relationships that mirrored your wounds, not your worth. It pulls you into solitude, not to isolate you, but to introduce you to your real self. This is the blessing where you remember who you were before the world told you who to be. The mask is cracking, and your light is finally leaking through. You're not behind. You are simply being prepared. Angel number 1111 doesn't just sprinkle blessings like fairy dust. It confronts you. It asks, "Who are you when no one's watching?" This blessing is spiritual depth. You'll start seeing the patterns you've been running from: overthinking, people-pleasing, imposter syndrome. And instead of spiraling into shame, you'll see them for what they are: unprocessed echoes of your past. You may feel broke in your bank account, but you are wealthy in ways that no currency can buy. This blessing is about spiritual wealth. You are rich in resilience, overflowing with perspective. You carry a wisdom that others would pay for. You understand pain, so your compassion can never be bought or faked. The divine is preparing you for a season where your energy becomes a magnet, where people pay you not just for your time, but for your truth. This isn't hustle, it's harvest. And it begins when you stop underestimating your invisible riches. You will be asked to sit with yourself, not as punishment, but as the doorway to your power. 1111 offers you the blessing of self-liberation, the kind where your triggers become teachers, where silence becomes strength, where forgiveness doesn't excuse others, but sets you free. You're not falling apart. You're finally being rebuilt on truth. This blessing is about inner recalibration. Your intuition is being tuned to divine frequency. The choices ahead will feel lighter. You'll just know when it's time to go, to stay, to pause, or to leap. This is not just guidance, it's divine navigation. And now, it's live. Say it with me in the comments. I am aligned with my divine path, career clarity, and creative flow. If you've been in a job that drains your soul or wondering if you're ever going to figure out your thing, 1111 says, stay open. You've forgotten what it feels like to laugh without worry, to smile without guilt, to wake up with lightness instead of heaviness. But the divine says, joy is returning to you, not the old version, but a deeper one. This joy isn't fleeting. It doesn't need a reason. It's not dependent on a person, paycheck, or post. It comes from knowing that you're safe, seen, and supported. Even when nothing outside looks certain, this joy bubbles up in the most ordinary moments. Watching the sunrise, sipping tea, hearing your favorite song, it's proof that your soul is healing, that your spirit is softening, that heaven hasn't forgotten you. Joy is your inheritance, and it's making its way back home. A breakthrough is coming, a chance to pivot, to launch, to create. Your creative energy is rising, and with it, the clarity of what you were truly born to do. It may not look like anyone else's journey, but it's going to feel like home. Spiritual awakening and inner peace. This number is a spiritual awakening disguised as a number on your phone. You'll begin to crave solitude, nature, truth, silence, and not because you're avoiding people, but because your soul is remembering who you are. The divine is clearing the fog in your mind. Angel number 1111 appears when the noise around you has gotten too loud and the distractions too heavy. You've been juggling too many opinions, drowning in decision fatigue, unsure if the next step is the right one. But this number is heaven's gentle interruption, like a whisper in the storm saying, "Let me show you what matters." This blessing brings clarity, not instant answers, but instant alignment. You'll begin to notice what drains you and what fuels you. You'll stop forcing things just to keep up. You'll begin trusting your gut again, because clarity isn't loud, it's calm. The divine is not shouting at you, it is settling in your soul. This blessing is not just about knowing the path. It's about becoming quiet enough to hear it. The most powerful blessing of 1111 is this: you're being introduced to your next self. Not a version of you striving for perfection, but the one who has survived the storm. The one who doesn't prove worth, but embodies it. The one who doesn't shrink to fit the room, but shifts the room with her light. This number is your mirror. It's showing you a glimpse of who you'll become if you keep choosing growth over comfort, soul over safety, faith over fear. This blessing is about identity reprogramming. Your choices today are shaping the version of you who earns with ease, loves with fullness, and walks with unshakable confidence. And here's the best part: that version of you isn't far away. She's just one brave decision away. You're not who you were 6 months ago, and you won't be who you are now in 6 months. Your evolution has begun. Financial rebirth angel number 1111 carries the vibration of abundance, multiplication, and manifestation. Your relationship with money is shifting. You're no longer chasing income. You're aligning with impact. And when you align with your calling, the income will follow. If money has felt like a tightrope, if every bill has made your chest tighten, if you've questioned whether your efforts are enough, angel number 1111 carries this message. You're not chasing wealth. You're becoming worthy of it. This is not just about getting paid. It's about getting aligned. You're moving from survival mindset to creative leadership. You'll begin to attract income not from stress or scarcity, but from service, from soul work, from divine flow. Expect financial pivots, new ideas, digital streams of income, passion projects that turn profitable, and best of all, the calm that comes when money no longer controls your emotions. This is the start of your financial healing. Expect surprise inflows, new clients, side hustle sparks, and job offers aligned with your soul's purpose. Mid-script, CTA, pause. Breathe. If this message feels like it was meant for you, it's because it was. Comment below, I claim this divine financial rebirth. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Someone in your circle needs to hear this today. Healing of heartbreak and personal transformation. You are being led away from patterns, people, and places that once defined you. Not because you failed, but because your soul is expanding. 11:11 says, release to rise, let go to grow. This season may feel lonely, but it's not punishment, it's preparation. You're healing generations. You're becoming the version of you that your younger self prayed for. Seeing 11:11 is no accident. You're being called, not just to dream, but to become. Not just to survive, but to rise. Not just to wait, but to walk boldly into your future. You didn't stumble upon angel number 1111 by accident. You were guided here, not because you're behind, not because you're broken, but because you're finally ready. Ready to remember who you are. Ready to let go of timelines that were never yours. Ready to say yes to your divine identity, your divine mission, your divine momentum. Your angels are saying, you're not late. You're right on time. Your life is about to shift in ways you couldn't have imagined. If you're claiming this breakthrough, write it in the comments. 11:11, I am ready for my higher life. You are not being delayed. You are being divinely aligned, and the universe is whispering, the version of you you've been praying to become has already awakened. Because it is. This is not just your season, this is your moment. If this message feels like it's reading your life, if you've been feeling this inner pull to shift, evolve, and rise, then angel number 1111 was meant for you. Drop in the comments. I claim the 1111 breakthrough. Like this video so the algorithm knows you're ready. Share this with a friend who's been seeing 1111 too. Let's flood this digital space with the energy of divine readiness. Share this video with someone you know is going through a shift. Someone who just needs to hear, you are on the right path. You are not lost. You are not late. You are being led. And your 11:11 moment is your confirmation that the shift has already begun. Amen.